So here's our Ice Tools Hinge Board. We use this to train grip strength for ice climbers without having any ice. They're inexpensive to make and they're pretty easy to construct. You're going to need a 4x8 piece of plywood sheet here, about 7/8 of an inch to 1.5 inches thick. You'll need 8 hinges and enough screws to fill in all the holes in the hinges. We use the hinges because whenever you have ice tools here, it simulates dry tooling really well, and it requires a bit of precision whenever you're fatigued to get the ice tool in there, and then also to hold it straight. If you torque these too much, the tool could slip out, especially with all your weight on it. So even when you're fatigued, you've got to have some accuracy placing it, and then also you've got to pull straight down on it, just like on the crag where you might slip off if it's at too much of an angle. In terms of where you're going to put these hinges, if you have a 4x8 sheet here, this would be your 8-foot length dimension here. From the bottom, you're going to measure up right about 5 feet. That's going to allow you to place your board at the bottom and still hang straight armed with your feet in the full squat position, with your arms straight on this top hinge here. And then about 3 feet above that, or really 2 feet 8 inches or so, right near the top, you're going to have this top set right here, so that you have enough space to get the tool in there and without hitting the top every time, or without having to negotiate it in there. But not so much that you have to place these low and not be able to really use the lower tools. We want some space in there so that as you move up, you've got to get a little bit of pull to get the next ice pick in there without hitting this top here. So it's a little bit of a compromise. You're going to be squatting down low in this position here, and then you'll be close up here, but that way you can still get that a little bit of a reach, a little bit of a lock off if you're going to stand up on it, and still be able to move up and down. You can also move laterally on this board. You'll have to with the type of intervals you'll be doing on it. Then at the bottom, you're just going to have a little 1x4 sheet of wood here. Let me grab the camera and I'll show you. Just that simple 1x4 right there. That's all the foot that you need. We used to use kind of Nycros like climbing chips. That's a little bit overkill. These and they're really hard to get your feet on. You're not going to be using crampons or anything with this. You're just going to use your training shoes or maybe approach shoes. So a 1x4 will work fine. So that's it. It's a really simple design. I mean, 8 hinges. We just got our hinges from our local Habitat for Humanity restore. I don't exactly remember how much 8 was, but it wasn't any more than $15. And then a piece of plywood will run you about $15. Kind of depends on where you get it from, but it should be pretty expensive as well. Yeah, that's it. So that's our Ice Tool Hinge Board.